In today's video, we are going to go over some ways that, three ways actually, that we can interrupt the cycle of the anxiety cycle, no matter where we are. And so, for those of you who are new, my name's Orlia. I help people who are dealing with anxiety states or dealing with low energy and stress or shutdown, come out of those states and into states of feeling more energy, feeling more in control of yourself, and so that way you can be in the body and engage with life. So, the first one I'm going to mention is intentional breath, intentional breathing. I don't like to use the term breath work because it sounds like it's a job and an efforting. And it's really more of a process when you go through it. So, going through various different breathing techniques that can help bring the nervous system out of that fight or flight system and getting into that relaxed, open, expansive parasympathetic state that still has an alertness to it. So, breath work can be, there are a lot of different breathing techniques out there that you can do, plenty that can be looked up. But doing and paying attention to your breathing and bringing awareness to it in and of itself can help interrupt that cycle and that pattern right there. And what it can do is it can help shift energy away from the anxiety, because a lot of times when we're feeling anxious or panic, all or most, if not all of your focus is right on the anxiety and the experience of it. The thing is, where our attention goes, energy flows. And so when we pay attention to it and we're feeding it all of our attention or most of our attention, we're feeding it energy. And when you feed it energy, it's kind of like this ball. This Imagine this ball of energy that's just getting bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. Now, I'm not saying to go into denial like I'm not feeling anxious. There's still a place to acknowledge the experience and to be in it. And there is also an opportunity to help bring some of that attention away so you kind of weaken that ball so it starts to get smaller and smaller and smaller. And noticing how you're breathing is one of those ways. And if you're feeling very anxious, and I can say this from personal experience, wouldn't be surprised if either your breathing was very fast, very tense, or you're not breathing at all. Like it's amazing how we can hold our breath and not realize that we're holding our breath. So the second thing is movement. I love this one. This one is a lot of fun. Breathing techniques can be fun too, but movement is one of my favorites. And there are many different ways to move. If you prefer exercise, walking, and that's your thing, that's movement. That's moving stuck energy that can interrupt the anxiety pattern. And for some people can be really calming, especially if you're doing a calming type of movement, like moving more slowly. If the slower movements like tai Chi is your thing, that's awesome. Or yoga, that is awesome. If dance is your thing, you like to move, and move your body to music or just to a rhythm, that works too. And if none of those really resonate with you, you could just start out with just little movements, like literally just move your body in some way. It doesn't even have to be it doesn't have to be this great dance or this smooth movement. Just move your body and notice the speed at which you're moving your body. Notice any heaviness or lightness with it. Just notice what you notice with the experience of moving your body and just give that your full attention. And just notice how you feel. The third way that we can interrupt the cycle is by using techniques in Yoga Nidra. Yoga Nidra is a deep rest based meditative type of yoga, where you are laying down or sitting in a reclined position and you're going through um, the various different stages of deep rest by putting the body into a deep rest state while you're still aware of your experience, and you're going through doing different mindfulness techniques and breathing techniques to help bring that nervous system out of that fight and flight, um, that fight or flight, down into the parasympathetic system. Now, sometimes if you're in a shutdown state, then sometimes movement based things might be a little bit better. You're going to have to play around with it to see what type of movement and breathing techniques and things work best for you, depending on what state that you're in. But these three ways can be a really powerful way to interrupt that anxious fight or flight cycle. And the more we can interrupt that, the more we can, and it also is an avenue, a healthy avenue where we can feed our energy to as well. So, what I've noticed when I've started doing these techniques to interrupt my anxiety is that even if it doesn't completely pull me out of the anxiety and I'm like, oh, I'm in full, parasympathetic, I'm in full relaxation calm, it doesn't always do that. But what it does is that it can take some of the edge off, and it kind of is like building a muscle. So then it gets easier to interrupt these phases and these cycles the next time. So I invite you to try some of these things out. If you already do or you have, I'd love to hear in the comments below what has helped you. If this video has provided any value at all, I invite you to like, and if the channel is giving you any sort of benefit, I invite you to subscribe to the channel. And with that, I will see you guys in another video.